Good evening, TheoTrade. This is Corey Rosenblum, and you're watching the Theo Nightly Video for the 2nd of March here in 2021. And we've got more chop, or slop, because the market on the hourly chart, really from end of February, has been downtrending, pulling back, retracing, but it has not done so cleanly or neatly. There's been high volatility, in our case low to high, and right back high to low, and then low to high. And in the bigger picture, we still have this predominant uptrend, or prevailing uptrend, with higher highs, higher lows. So this looks very similar to me to where we saw the market at the start of February, coming off this impossibly overbought situation with a strong, violent pullback, retracement, or bear flag type of material. And then we had the same thing take place here, which is into the start of March. So that's, I think, where we start the month in this, believe it or not, third month of the new year, which is just chop. So where is the S&P relative to where it started? Not up much, but yes, still positive on the year. The Nasdaq, we flirt with unchanged. Actually, we were down on the year just about a few sessions ago. So that's a context play as well. But the Dow and the Dow Mini Futures has been strong, and note that is the 3,000 or 32,000 level. And in the Russell, the small cap, same type of logic, although it is up strongest at least, in terms of where it is from the opening of January. And that's again as we start the new month. Now we have a few things to note. I have my list sorted on the left here based on earnings. So Target had earnings today. And I won't discuss the earnings, but that stock did pull back a lot steeper than maybe expected and broke key support levels. So we had that play into today's session. It was a little bit strong in the morning, but then fell very rapidly lower. But that's the benefit of put or fade type of strategies. They may take some pain on the way up, but all it takes is 1, 2, or maybe 3 sessions, and sometimes just a few hours, that takes away every single gain the market gave. And that's a benefit for those on the sell or the put or the fade strategies. But unfortunately for those playing bullishly and rampantly bullishly and not managing risk, one session can take out multiple gain sessions. And that's a situation in Target. Let's go to another retailer, Costco. It had a long-term top or a reversal type of pattern into 380, just shy of 390 per share earlier in the year as we began to trend lower. Now, Costco shares are lower from when they started 2021. And we are down into new low territory, not seen since around September. And that keeps the sell swing going. This 2.5 means we will see Costco have earnings 2.5 days from now, so after the bell on Thursday. That's where we're looking for earnings, but Oracle has them into next week. And that is making a new, double check myself, is it an all-time high or a new, correct, it's a new all-time high. And that will show up on our scan momentarily about stocks making new 52-week highs. Oracle is one of them. And other stocks within the earnings played a couple of weeks from now, not too soon, is Accenture and FedEx, which also had a pullback, big sell swing, similar to Costco and Nike, which is going more sideways than not. And while we're talking about stocks, before we talk about bonds or other markets, let's take a quick look at the stocks that joined the market. Now, the market's not at all-time highs, but some of the stocks in the S&P are, and these continue to be our relative strength leaders. Just in today's session, 31 stocks in the S&P 500 made new 52-week highs. And they include Berkshire Hathaway, Comcast, Oracle, we just saw that, and some financial names with his Morgan Stanley, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, and some others. Now, Las Vegas Sands, we talked about that last week, and some of the retail names that were trodden down in the recession and the coronavirus crash earlier in 2020, they're swinging back. And some of those would include these stocks here. So we'll take a look at Berkshire Hathaway, and that is the weekly chart on the right, and the new high is continuing. Oracle, we just saw Oracle, but there's Morgan Stanley, a strong financial company getting stronger. Citigroup, similar. Not quite all-time high, but still strong off the lows in 2021. Goldman Sachs, large leading financial company name, and that's making a new 52-week high. Outside the equity market today, there was some news. Crude oil pulled back strongly back to this 20-day moving average. It still continues the uptrend, but it has been overbought and waiting, ready, and willing for that pullback. That, again, just similar to playing put strategies or bear or fade strategies in an uptrending market, takes patience. We don't know when that top is going to happen or the pullback will happen at all. So we have to get those trades on in preparation for that. And if you're trading with the trend, the bull trend, the bullish type of positions with call spreads, you can't get a position on. The exact opposite is true. At any point in time, this market can be down 3 or 4 days in a row, or maybe just one. So the risk is going to be stocks that are quite overextended or just continually having green or bullish bars. They provide risk to both sides of the market. For the shorts, because it continues creeping to the upside, and for the longs, because at any point in time, that rug can be pulled. So now we have that 3-day pull in crude. Gold is going to continue trading lower along with the bond market, which Don has referenced in the weekend videos and very recently about how the sell-off and how the rise, the rapid rise in the yields. And that is still something to watch in the broader context. And the gold market just continues to make lower lows. And with the bond market in tow, these risk-off or protection markets, we see them at least as protection markets, continue to accelerate to the downside. And bonds got a bounce today, at least a little bit off of this 136 in TLT per share. And in the ZB, that is your 30-year bond, and ZN, which is your 30-year note. These markets are moving. It might not feel like it because the most recent sessions have been choppy, very choppy and very full of gaps. So don't forget the bigger picture, the bigger context. Place your trades within that context and always manage your risk. This is Corey Rosenblum with tonight's Theo video update for March 2nd, 2021.